Here we are, the Stillwater Showdown. Let's go, the finals.
Yes.
All leading to this with a rematch. A rematch of the Kansas City Retro Finals a while back.
Wasn't this the Lone Star Finals?
Oh, the Lone Star Final?
Yeah, wait, what? Scuti and Myles happened.
Was it Waco Final? I don't know. It just seems like I always
like this
see
has happened a lot.
It's like the biggest height disparity in Tetris right now, and they are at it.
But both players are ready, so let's count down game number 1 of the finals in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
It's
quiet in here again.
I know. Here it is. It is tense. I know some players, they enjoy the quiet. They lets them focus, let them think. And some players actually thrive off of some environment. So I have just been told that the library is closed, so we can be as loud as we want.
The library is closed?
Yeah.
Wow.
No more patrons. We can scare them away. So just a reminder, if you're joining us, we want to give a special shout out to Lexicon, right?
Yes.
Lexicon hosting us here. Scuti setting up a VITS. And nice VITS.
Nice VITS.
Nice VITS. There we go.
Yeah, hi Jasmine.
Thank you for hosting us and giving us, I would say
you're not Jasmine.
the largest room in the building, probably. Maybe the collections room is pretty big, but the largest standalone room, all equipped with all the AV. Let us roll in here. Amazing. So when will the DAS tournament be? We will be following this up with a tournament tomorrow. Check the Discord server. And if you're not on the Discord server, go ahead and use !Discord. You'll get a link to join our server. That's where all of the most up-to-date information about all the classic Tetris happenings will be in our Discord server. So just the tiniest bit of difference here. 186 for Myles, 205 for Scuti.
Very efficient starts here.
Boom Tetris for Myles.
All right, we can say that.
That's right, it's legal.
Yes. It's the CTWC.
Boom Tetris for Scuti. So you can see about the same lines. Scuti with a couple Tetrises in hand right now.
Scuti has only burned 3 lines, I believe. Or, yeah, 3 lines. Tetris for Scuti.
I can't believe you said that. I've been quiet and trying to not talk about that for the whole time, and Scuti going mostly perfect, and then Cobra's like, yeah, you know what? Scuti's been mostly perfect. There's 60 lines, yeah.
Hey, this isn't 2020. We can say the word pace. Winter.
Oh, you can't say pace and then see what's happening on Scuti's side of the board. Nice VITS.
Nice VITS.
Very delayed VITS. I mean, some people call that a war crime. VITS, vertical eye tuck setup. That's when you have the long bar prepared to be tucked instead of being used for a Tetris. You purposely deny yourself the most amount of points to tuck a long bar, and most of the time, you hope you get double bars pretty quick after that.
Yeah. VITs are, in fact, not even dependencies. Yeah, I don't think so.
Take that. Look at that. The commentator has the mic. They get to decide what is real and what is not real. Love it. 408 for Scuti. 343 for Myles.
There are 7 pieces in this game.
7 pieces in the game. Yes. That's true.
What's that meme manual going around that renamed all the pieces, like the Cleveland Z
What? The Cleveland D, is that one of them? That's
I
wild.
think that was one of them.
I remember, like, what was it? The Smash Boy? That's
The Smash Boy.
That's the one I remember.
The Hero. I remember.
Oh, jeez. Chad will help us out.
Yeah.
For-
Rhode Island Z.
Those are the original names.
Those are
That's
the
true.
original names.
That's
What
right.
do you mean?
Some manual going around. That
Yeah.
might have been the manual.
Yeah, I don't
going
think it was the manual. I don't think they'd name it that.
529 for Scuti, and I almost said something I shouldn't have said, so that's pretty good. And 486 for Myles.
Both players on good games. Beam is on the original box.
And Scuti here with a little bit of a slowdown. Myles is going to be able to even up the match going into transition in the finals. So 581 for Scuti. Touches for Myles to go to 577. Get one more here.
Yeah, so Myles going to be able to make up this lead that Scuti had.
The Stillwater S was another one from that manual.
Stillwater S, yes.
Touches for Scuti
I
to go to
guess.
655, but Myles really is just pacing and not far behind at all in terms of pace. So 601.
625 to 655. Scuti in the lead.
Cobra, can you believe this? This is the game of Tetris, right?
Yes.
So the Tetris scores you the most points.
Yeah,
So getting Tetris is like a pretty good thing to do, right?
yeah. And Scuti is doing that right now. Gets the Tetris to go to 708.
That's right. So your pace is calculating how many lines per Tetris you are at,
Yes.
right? So a good pace meaning that you are continually
We don't
scoring
have the
those
Tetris rate stat.
Mm-hmm. But you
We're-
can mentally do the math, right?
There was that one guy that could like mentally calculate the Tetris rates. Like I
I cannot do that.
like-
That's too much. But in general, I can be like, oh, nice pace. I know the benchmarks.
I could probably do that on 18 and just not like past that.
771
We're
for
not on
Scuti, and Myles has taken the lead here with that slowdown to go to 813.
Tetris for Scuti 804. Scuti a whole level ahead though. Myles still back on level 23. Tetris for Myles 850. Scuti 864. Solid paces for both players. Myles looking like he's going to have 900K on level 24, which is around 1.2 pace into 29. 29, of course, where the speed doubles.
That's right. As the developers intended. Right on 29.
Yes.
10 levels later than 19 for some reason. They
Yeah.
said 10 levels is good enough to go at that speed. And I guess if you make it, we're going to force you to die.
Yes,
But not anymore.
but not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, most players still die there. So
Well, almost all the games. There's like
Yeah.
11 games that haven't died on kill screen, right?
yes.
Yeah. Or before then. So 993 for Scuti, 959 for Myles. Max out for Scuti. Scuti with another Tetris.
963 now for Myles. A38 for Scuti.
Scuti managing that well, taking a few berms. Boom, touches for Myles, and another touches for Myles with the max out. And just like that, that pace that we've been talking about, you can see that Myles has never been that far behind.
Scuti very stacked up, only about 4 lines away from level 29.
Scuti with that bar dependency, gets the bar.
Gets the bar, gonna burn into 29, A65. See what Scuti can do. Tetris,
what
B.
B11, oh my gosh. What you often see here when players first transition to the kill screen to 29 speed is that they take some burns to really get used to that level of speed.
Yes.
Right? That's what they used to say about 19 when I started watching this game, that players
Yeah.
would burn on the first levels of 19, now they burn for the first levels of 29. Pretty common.
Although some don't.
Yeah, you don't, but then you also like top out.
Yeah,
right?
and then I die.
That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
B39 for Scuti, B10 for Myles.
Speaking
Myles
of topping out, Myles could very well do that. Needs to be very careful.
Myles does need to be very careful. But he's doing it. One of those patented Myles digs.
Myles digs.
And does open up that well. Amazing. Meanwhile, Scuti has continued to score. B98 for Scuti. B31 for Myles. Myles is set up here. Boom! Tetris for Myles.
You can say that. Yeah.
Thanks for the permission. Yeah. Yeah.
Boom Tetris for Myles again.
Boom!
C11.
Tetris for Scuti.
What?
And whoop! Tetris for Scuti.
Oh no!
Oh! And Myles.
And
just
Myles
like
will
that.
top out at C55. Number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Okay. $18. And a whoop Tetris for Scuti. No, yeah, it is. Both players are indeed playing the 36-year-old block game. Or 35-year-old block game. I don't even. 35. Scuti at 51, Myles 55, Tetris for Scuti 74. I think Scuti did a Vitz, I'm not sure. Could be wrong.
Do you know what a Vitz is?
I know what a Vitz is.
You know what a Vitz is. How could you be confused?
I
Was it a
wasn't.
three-high- was
I
it a
wasn't.
Vitz
I wasn't.
instead of a Vitz?
I wasn't looking for it.
Oh yeah, I also do not look for them.
Scuti 123, Myles at 125. Tetris for Myles 148. Another Tetris goes to 171. Classic Block Stacking Monthly. This is not Classic Block Stacking Monthly. This is Classic Block Stacking Stillwater, I guess.
That's right, Stillwater Showdown here. And all right, Scuti is still maintaining that
Yes.
Vitz. Nice Vitz. And there it is. That's what you want. The double
Yeah.
bar is the best way to resolve that. Tuck the bar in.
So
I'm still a fan of the death-defying vertical long bar slide, but nice
Death-defying
Vitz.
vertical-
Oh yeah, it doesn't flow off as much.
It
as
doesn't.
Nice Vitz, because like, it's insane when
Yeah,
Harry
it's-
Hong tucks something on level 9. Whew, took my breath away.
You could probably do the triple Vitz on level 9.
The triple Vitz. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like where you have like a little.
Oh, don't give these players ideas.
No,
Hanging a
no,
bar
no.
and then triple tuck.
Hey, this
yeah.
isn't level 9. Players can't do that within the frame rate of the game.
$332 for Myles, $288 for Scuti.
Tetris for Scuti 311, Myles 332. $18.
Touch it for Scuti here, $359. I was holding out for the LJ. Is LJ going to come? Yeah, it's going to come. And then boom, touches for Myles. Going to 402. You can do hits on 15?
hits.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Nice bits from Scuti. Scuti with the one game advantage here. Myles looking to strike back. So far is doing well with the pace.
Scuti 451, Myles 471. 471 to 474 now with that Tetris from Scuti. We are neck and neck. There's less and less people.
Eyelash to eyelash.
Pumpy.
Oh, you didn't like that one?
Pumpy.
No, not many folks did for a while. That's unfortunate. It wasn't my creation. I unfortunately did not make that one. Meanwhile, after the eyelash to eyelash comment, Myles has been able to stretch a little bit of a lead here.
Yes. Myles on a very good game too. 540 at 108.
That's X5 pace, right? That almost caught on for a bit. X5.
Yeah. X5.
That means that you have at 100 lines, you multiply that times 5, 500K, right? That's pretty good pace.
Yes, yeah, that's very good. That's on pace for a 650, which Myles can get a 670, I believe. Cole, I believe, had the highest transition of the tournament.
Yeah, I believe so.
far.
690-ish or so.
676, I believe.
676, wow. So, okay, Scuti having to skim here up near the top.
Oh, no. Scuti
Can
kind
be
of in the, yeah, should be fine if it gets a long bar. Your long bar comes a piece too late, but should still be fine.
Oh, creates the
Needs
bar
a long
dependency.
bar. Where's the long
Help.
bar? Help. Help, Scuti.
And there he is, gets the bar.
There's a long bar.
And he's going to transition pretty high here. And no problem. Boom, Tetris for Scuti. Survives.
19.
572 for Scuti. And Myles transition 604.
635 for Myles, 622 for Scuti. Tetris for Myles, 660, 660. $63 to 651. Make that 677 from Scuti. Still kind of neck and neck.
Neck and neck.
Yes. Scuti 732. Myles at 719. Make that 746.
You know, one thing we haven't said yet, Cobra, Scuti, the hometown hero here, Stillwater needs a win right now.
Yes.
Believe me, Stillwater could use a win. And Scuti looking to bring it home, organize a tournament, figure out the Matcherino payouts, and then win the tournament, right? Something like that? Yeah.
Myles is silent pacing, according to Galaxy Biscuit. 834 on level 23.
Yeah, I think the rise of Noah Dang, people are like, oh yeah, Noah paces. And it's like, okay, well, yes, Noah is known for pacing, but so are so many of the top players, right? You know, and I think the emergence was Noah is new to the scene, and now he's really known for that and done some incredible world records.
1.5 into kill screen. That was once thought to be impossible.
Unless you're Scotto Bozo, and then
no, but I think Dangler actually beat Scotto Bozo's score.
Yeah, I think wasn't it a 19 start? Yeah. Was it
like
18 start?
1.505 or something?
I think it was a 19 start because he got the extra scores, right?
Yeah, it was definitely a 19 start.
Yeah.
Because Scotto's was perfect from 18. But anyway.
572 for Myles.
972. 806 for Myles.
Well, Scuti looking to max this on the next Tetris on 28. So Scooties will have a little bit of work to do ahead in lines and behind in score. Not really the place you want to be.
Max out for Scuti. Myles B10 on level 28. Very strong game for Myles. Scuti enters kill screen with A94. Myles B45. Scuti reaches the B.
And yeah, here we go. Scuti trying to extend the lead. Myles would love to even the setup here. C16 into kill screen. That's pretty good.
Yes,
pretty good in competition.
Set up for a Tetris as well.
Oh, set up.
Might be 2 set up.
Needs a piece over to the left side. Gets the J over, but now
just
needs
no
another
long
bar.
No long bar. No!
And there's no bar for Myles. Right there. You see him right at the end.
So Scuti has to chase down C29.
C29 is the target for Scuti. Can do it with a few Tetrises. Definitely has plenty of time. We'll see what Scuti decides to do here. He's going to set up for one. Ooh, and a couple hangs as soon as you set up. Okay, so had burn options.
Burns it down. B83. Oh, no!
Oh, no! Barnes on the way to their column 10 and still going, and gone. Scuti tops out B83.
Myles will take game number 2.
Okay,
count it
Here we
down.
go. Game number 3 in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And you know what's really fascinating about both these players? They are game crashers. Scuti, the first one to crash the game.
Myles is the which 5th, maybe
6th. I think we were trying to figure it out. We were going through. And then I think we're up to 8 people have crashed, right? And then there's been 9 crashed games, maybe 10 crashed games. I was trying to do the math earlier, trying to count them up. They're starting to happen a little bit more, and only 1 rebirth. On Tetris Jam, winky face. Tetris company didn't hear that. 69,000 for Scuti, 39,000. Oh, sorry, 39,000 for Scuti, 69,000 for Myles. And some people, of course, now. Oh yeah, I have colors off camera. Dirt. I got rebirth too. My game crashed when I forgot to blow in the cartridge slot.
Yeah, there's probably been a lot more than 11 game crashes, just not like the intended.
The actual game crashing,
not the
right?
actual
the hardware
game.
crashing.
Yeah, like
right.
the
the NES having issues, but the actual game being unable to function anymore.
Yes.
And boom, Tetris for Scuti. 134 for Scuti. Fewer Vitzes so far this game.
Yeah,
I think
Scuti. I've not seen a Vitz.
Scuti had fun on 18 last time. I think a little bit more serious business. Knows that Myles can take this one. Scuti, the higher rated player in the premier poll, but don't count out Myles. Myles up there in the top 10. Win like this could
Myles in
propel
the top
him
5?
could propel him to the top 5.
Is he not?
I don't know. I forget.
I don't know.
It changes every month, you know.
Yeah. You're the one that puts it all together, though.
Am I supposed to? I don't memorize. I don't memorize other people's opinions. I don't have the brain space for that. Right? Imagine if I tried to memorize every single opinion that existed. Right? That's so many.
Yeah.
I'm not Ryan Hamburger. I'm sorry. All right. 169 for Scuti. 233 for Myles.
About a third of the way through level 18 here. This is level 18.
But Myles taking that early advantage. Let's see if it carries for the next 100 lines.
Tetris for Scuti, 215. Myles, 279.
And just a reminder, our prize pool is still open. You can contribute using !Matcherino in the Twitch, YouTube, maybe even Facebook chat now. I don't know. You can find that Matcherino. Go ahead and contribute. All of the earnings go to the players.
Yeah.
You and I don't get paid. Well, you're a player. Never mind. I don't get paid. So.
Do I even get paid? I don't think I made it far enough.
I don't know. You have to talk to Scuti after this. So 225 for Scuti, and a couple of just burns that you got to take up that high. Opens it up and boom, Tetris for
Scuti. 251, 324 for Myles. About a 70,000 point lead here for Myles.
And another Tetris for Scuti. So Scuti trying to cut back into this. Yes, that's right. Myles was 6th in October in the premier poll.
So not quite top 5.
Not quite. A win here could do the distance, could propel.
Yes.
Tetris for Scuti to go to 343. I was taking a couple burns here.
Tetris for Myles, 403. Scuti, 390. Very close here, 10,000 points neck and neck.
There
okay,
we go.
Mari.
413, Scuti.
Ari,
Look
why
at
are you not here right now?
Mari still never got that coffee from 3 hours ago,
Yes.
5 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 7 hours ago.
6 hours ago.
Added
Tetris.
touches for both players. So 452 from Myles. Scuti in the lead, 482.
Is Mari screaming again?
And then Cobra, you're chaotic. You're just like you encourage people to scream, right? Hey, I'll do it too. Why not? Dog, scream for us. Oh, okay. So now it's transition time.
Okay, yeah, now it's transition.
532 for Scuti, and Tetris for Myles, 507.
Okay. Okay, Myles 508 gets another Tetris 532. That Z piece kind of nasty.
Been a nasty tee, but there's a Tetris there for Scuti.
Tetris for Myles. I couldn't hear dog.
I'm about to turn off this chat. You're reading every line. What are you doing? It's the finals. I'm on pins and needles, and Cobra's like, Galaxy Biscuit said. I'm like, yeah, I love Galaxy Biscuit. Yeah, it's great, great. You know, I'm like trying to watch this game, and like, it's every line. Nightbot said, like, oh, what's Nightbot say? All right, 697 for Scuti, 613 for Myles.
Okay, sorry, Chad, I am not going to look. I will not read a chat
You can
message.
read it, but then don't read it out loud, right?
Okay.
That's what I do. It's like, you know, like, reading, oh, okay, oh, yeah,
okay.
I missed another call. Yeah, all right, thanks.
Okay.
You know, just internalize it, you know? It's like, okay, right. I struggle with internalizing too, don't worry about it. 784 for Scuti. So Scuti opening up a pretty decent lead here over Myles, but Myles has about 10 lines in hand.
Scuti mistraps the Z piece in the middle of the board. Should be able to clean this out. 816 for Scuti, too. Very strong pace. Myles with a mistrap of the square piece still should be fine. Scuti in the lead by 100,000, but ahead by about 2 Tetris is worth the line, so that lead's smaller than it looks.
Yeah, that's a good point here. And of course, with all of the kill screen play that both of these players can do, any lead, right, is basically able to evaporate on the kill screen.
Yes. Those Tetrises are worth so much on the kill screen.
I wonder with all the advanced statistics we have out there, is there, you know, there's probably a pretty strong correlation between leading into kill screen and winning, you know, in Masters on that level. But what is that exact number, right? Like how often?
We don't know.
Is it like 50% of the time you win? Is it 85? You know, I'd love to know.
I don't know.
What's the confidence interval on the lead that you have going into kill screen? You know, I think we could start asking those questions. And I just did.
Yeah.
936 for Scuti, 827 for Myles. Scuti with a misship of the square. Has time. Love great pieces here. And it's going to get them. Opens up the well.
The pieces, opening up the well. Gets the Tetris to go to 989 into 29. Tetris max out for Scuti.
Perfect clear from Scuti.
Perfect clear.
Well. Clean board. And I've heard from some top players that perfect clear on kill screen is one of the more distracting things. Probably not as much as me keep continuing to talk about it. So Myles also transitions 938.
Yes. So Scuti with about 120,000 point lead.
Myles set up for a Tetris here. Boom, Tetris from Myles to go to 980. Oh, and a misdrop right away.
L hang.
Can get some things over and definitely take some burns.
Still get things over.
And boom, Tetris for Scuti now up to 1.1. Myles taking these digs right here.
Yes. Oh, no. Needs to get the
Has options. Oh, it's
Oh,
a phantom burn.
Oh no, phantom burn.
Oh,
Gonna top out. Scuti is good for game number 3.
GG. So Scuti will take the 1 game advantage. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Oh, I didn't even count down. I'm such a bad commentator.
What are you doing up here?
I
Who
don't.
let you in here?
You did.
That was me. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. All right. So every every single game that I've seen here, they start with 0 points.
Yeah, I
0
know.
points every time. What is
I know,
up?
like-
What is up with that? Every time that I start the game, I start with 0 points, right? I don't even count Tetris transition trainer. Like that's cheating, right?
Yeah, I
so
know.
every real game that I start at 0. I'm just like these.
I know.
Yeah.
0 is kind of sad.
Yeah, it can only go up from there, though.
I
right?
know,
Yeah.
right?
Speaking of only going up from there, Myles, definitely not the start that he wanted here.
Yeah.
28,000, 11 lines in. Bars have been a little bit stingy, so that bit's early from Scuti. You see that's why he only has 69,000.
T-spin.
Yeah, very stingy sequence here. Tetris for Scuti. Myles, almost overshifted that bar, pulled it back at the last second. And now Scuti early shifted, right? Are the players getting too good for 18, Cobra?
Yeah,
Is this happening?
You gotta respect 18.
Yeah, respect 18. That's where we are now.
18. Mari.
Tetris for Scuti and Tetris for Myles. Myles, nice Tetris to transition the well.
Puppy, can we say that the tournament is rigged if Scuti wins?
Yeah, absolutely. Right. The scriptwriter has already phoned it in.
I know, right?
I'm just here to collect my paycheck
Yeah.
and not talk about it. So.
Oh, you said you were getting paid.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I'm not getting paid.
Your paycheck of $0.
Paycheck is 0, and my lips are still sealed. What does that tell you? Integrity, right?
Yeah.
That's what's missing in the world today is integrity. Speaking of rigging tournaments, Scuti up here, 223, Myles, 145. Oh, Scuti's taking it seriously. Like, Scuti's got the AirPods in. He can't hear us. That was such a good meme. That was such a good meme, and then it's so dead now. Do you even know that meme, Cobra? You might not even know that.
Is it like a Tetris-related one?
No, it's not a
No.
Tetris-related meme. He can't hear us. He has AirPods in. Yeah, anything like that. Yeah.
I've probably seen that before.
Yeah.
Scuti is at 321 at 75 lines. Myles at 237 at 75 lines. So Scuti about 80,000 points ahead.
And another Tetris for Scuti. Myles set up here, adds a Tetris. So about an 80,000 point lead. You're thinking about a 4 Tetris difference here on the 18 speeds and scoring potential.
Online facts in games where both players make it to 29 transition in CTM October. The player with the lead at transition has won 26 out of 36 games. So what is that like?
Yeah, like
70?
70%. Yeah. Which is high, but not as high as you would think, right?
Yeah.
You know, I think it'd be more continue those trails down. How often with a 100K lead? Like, what's the confidence interval? If you have a 200K lead, are you going to win 90% of the time? You know, like that'd be. We think we have the stats there. I'd love to see some advanced sort of metrics, and I think maybe Marfram has been doing some work for that. So I'm saying it so that he releases it, right? So Tetris for Scuti. Yeah, only 70%. That's so wild, right? You know, like you
think it would be a lot higher.
Yeah, and that's just a general lead, right? Not even whether
Yes.
you have a 200K lead or a 10K lead, right? Ooh. Of course, there's also going to be other factors, right? Who you're playing, the level of
Yes.
skill. You know, there's so many other ways to do it. But we got so much data now. We could like sum up an entire year's worth and like say, all right, over this period of time,
Yeah, I know.
this was our sample pool. This is the data we have. Yeah.
Scuti on pace for a 600K transition. Myles gonna look to get a 500 here.
Scuti intentional bar dependency setup.
Yes. Tetris for Scuti into transition. Both players into transition. 522 to 623. Almost it's over 100,000 point lead for Scuti.
Some of the top players in the world competing here. Myles and Scuti have been the ones to survive, and Myles needs this game to stay alive in the tournament.
Yes.
It comes down to what can happen. 18 is behind you. Reset. Score Tetrises.
Tetris for Scuti, 706.
And boom, Tetris for Myles. And another one for Myles, 647. So just like that, that lead starts to go away quickly on these speeds. The more levels you advance, the more Tetrises are worth.
Lead magically disappeared.
Boom, Tetris for Scuti. And another one for Scuti, so that gap is sort of going away, but then Myles hits right back, so about a 50,000 point lead now. Myles already cutting in half
Tetris
here.
for Scuti, 816 on level 22. This is very strong for Scuti.
Scuti wanted some bars, got some bars. All
Yes.
bars here.
Tetris for Myles, 763. Scuti's still about 60,000 points in the lead.
And Myles a little bit of a slowdown here, hasn't been able to score, so Scuti has been able to. Stretches the lead.
This is not where Myles wants to be, being down 2 games to 1.
Scuti, yeah, no burns here. Instead, boom, Tetris, 950. So Myles really just has been stuck here at 780. Hasn't been able to score. Really now holds out for a bar. Gets it to go to 817. I think that's where the differences in play comes in. Like Scuti will play a little bit more aggressive.
And Scuti max out.
Myles from an earlier era, originally a DAS player for the longest time, you know, so that that aggression always a little bit more measured than the sort of new crew here.
Although Myles has been a roller for quite some time now.
Oh, sure, but just like when you start playing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
Scuti came in, DASed like maybe a day, and then said, no, I'm going to roll. So, yeah.
Scuti nearly at 1.1 on level 27. Myles at 929. So Scuti ahead about 165,000. Another Tetris for both players.
This could be the defining game for Scuti. Scuti looking to close this one out here. How aggressive will he be on level 28? Myles does have about a level
997.
behind. Right, so it does not as far behind as it appears.
Scuti waiting on this long bar. Gonna get a long bar. Myles maxed out.
So 1.2 from Scuti here.
And Myles burns from the kill screen. A73 needs to keep this game alive.
Myles' tournament life right here. This dig gets it down.
Yes. C70 for Scuti. Myles gonna need to start catching up.
How aggressive will Scuti play this, knowing that he has a lead, but also knowing that the lead could evaporate at any moment? Oh, Myles with a couple of accidental rotations.
Oh no, Myles
needs a
a
bar.
bar. Now!
Help!
Now!
Help!
Help! No! It's Scuti. Scuti wins the whole tournament.
Scuti is your Stillwater Slowdown champion.
Did you say slow down?
Showdown. Slowdown.
Yes.
Is it Showdown?
Let's watch Scuti play it out.
We'll watch Scuti play it out.
They have level 39.
Yeah, rebirth with
Yeah,
double
yeah,
39,
level
right?
39.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
going to be the next level. That's
Yeah.
people, what's after rebirth? It's 39. Double kill screen rebirth is next. Alex T grinds for it for 5 days.
1.5 for Scuti. Approaching the rollover that happens at 1.6 million, where the game runs out of letters, so it just goes back to 0. Other textures there. There's the rollover.
Scuti.
7.
What?
Ridiculous.
Miles
play
shakes
from
his head in
Scuti.
unbelief, disbelief.
1.781 from
What?
Scuti.
So Miles, formerly the great, still the great, coming in second. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think I'm happy about how I did. It was a fun tournament. It's cool to come out to Stillwater. It's a different experience. I haven't been in a environment like this, like a library, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a library. You come in and you can walk out and see books and see things that are library, but at the same time, this room, I don't know, it was very cozy.
Yeah, I like it. I think this is it's definitely up there on one of the regionals, especially these trophies. They're sick for sure.
Yeah, the trophies are sick. So, Miles, what were your thoughts? You see your dog versus Scuti. Who are you rooting for there?
Well, I feel like Scuti's probably the better player. I gave him like a 70% chance of winning against Dog. So I was like, okay, if Dog wins, that's probably better for me. Because historically, I've beaten Dog more times than Scuti recently. So I think I'd have a better shot if Dog was in the finals.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, you ran into Scuti. Very, very, very tough. So, Miles, is there anything you would like to say? Anyone you would like to shout out? Anything you would like to add?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to everybody here, everybody watching on Twitch, all my friends watching at home, my family, my mom, my brother, and thanks for hosting Pumpy and Scuti for letting me stay at his house.
Well, there it is. Everyone give a round of applause for Miles. And let's give it up for your Stillwater Showdown champion, Blue Scuti. Woo! So, Scuti, your thoughts watching Miles play Cole, right? Like, that would have been a spicy matchup, Scuti and Cole. What were your thoughts there?
I don't know. I thought after Cole won games 3 and 4 that Miles, may have lost, but he pulled through. Why Miles? Why? But it's a fun match.
Yeah, fun match indeed. So what were your thoughts going into this one? You're facing Miles. You two have been playing. How many times have you competed recently, found each other in the semis, finals? It seems like every tournament, every regional.
Yeah, every regional that we go to, we always end up playing somehow. So I don't know how many times we've played.
Yeah, it seems like all the time, nonstop rivalry. So what were some of your strategies you were going for in this game that maybe let you get the upper hand?
I don't really know. I've been playing how I've been trying to play in Masters. I've been trying to copy DAS 19 stacking to 29, and it's been working really well. But my rolling wasn't doing too well today. I didn't think, but I guess it was.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, maybe it worked out all right. Yeah, that's interesting. Bad roll days are different for each folk. Yeah. So I have a very serious question here. Did you rig this?
Yes.
Oh, there you have it. There it is. There it is. There it is. You couldn't write a script like this. Blue Scuti hosts tournament, Blue Scuti wins. No one would ever think of it. No one could write that script. So, is there anything else, anyone you would like to shout out, anyone you'd like to thank?
Shout out my family for being here, and shout out for Andy for letting me win the semis tomorrow.
That is wild. What's happening tomorrow?
DAS championship.
There we go. last Stillwater championship. And then anyone else, anything else? I didn't mean to cut you off. Anyone else you want to shout out?
You for coming down from Nebraska and with all your stuff and helping us set up the tournament.
Thank you. Oh, it's my honor. Thank you all. All right, well, so without further ado, I present, you might be familiar with this trophy, but here it is, the gold trophy for the Stillwater Showdown. Ooh, it's heavy, I'm loving it. Stillwater Showdown, here we go. Your champion, Blue Scuti! Scuti!